Okay, guys, so last night, guys, all right, when I was editing videos, this is like 10 in the night and all that, and I was about to go to sleep. But when I was editing, I was listening to some old music. You know what I'm saying? I was like listening to The Weeknd, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to the song Blinding Lights, and I was like, what the fuck? I remember years ago when this song came out, I was a senior in high school. This is like 2019, bro, like end of 2019. I was 17 years old. I was here, I was doing this, and this song pretty much took me back, and I was on a nostalgia ride, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to the song, I was like, oh, bro, I remember when I was a senior in high school. I remember when this was like the COVID era, and I was doing this and I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 22 now, but 5 years ago, I was 17. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I was getting a little bit nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? So, nostalgia sometimes, right? I always talk about this, that nostalgia sometimes can make you live in the past, and it can hold you back because you're always living in the good old days, you know what I'm saying? But you're not focusing on the present, you're not focusing on the future, you're just reliving the past. But I feel like with nostalgia, you can reflect upon your life and reflect on the life lessons you learned, the outcomes. You know, what did you do back in the day? So in this video, right, I'm gonna be nostalgia. I'm gonna be talking about nostalgia, going on the nostalgia ride. But I'm gonna be self-reflecting upon the years 2019 and 2020, and talking about the different life lessons that I learned when I was 17, 18 years old, and how you guys can learn from my mistakes, and you guys can, use that on your journey. So in 2019, right, I was about to be a senior in high school, right? The beginning of 2019, I remember I was only 16 years old, and during that time in my life, guys, I was in a good school. I was living in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I was out here. I was fucking lazy as shit. And I was not proud of myself when I was 16. When I was 15, 16, I was fucking lazy. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was lazy, I wasn't the lazy Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like the average Joe. You know what I'm saying? I was playing all kinds of sports. I was doing this. But in my standards, right? My expectations of myself is super high. I felt like I wasn't pushing myself to my full capacity. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I was fucking playing Fortnite. This is OG Fortnite days too, bro. Like everybody is playing OG Fortnite. And you know what I'm saying? I was coming home from school playing with my boys. I quit my sports. I had no money to my name. I wasn't taking shit serious. So I said, you know what? I got tired of being comfortable in life. I got tired. And that's the number one thing that you guys gotta learn in this video. If you guys are lazy, you guys want to change yourself, the only person who can change yourself is you. So take control of your lifestyle, take control of your actions, take control of what you do every day, and get shit done. Okay? No matter what it is. If you guys want to play football, fucking join the team. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to do an extracurricular, join the team. If you guys want to make extra money, work a second job. If you want to get in shape, start training, start going to the gym. All right? The only person who can do it is you. So one day I got tired of my bullshit. I said, fuck, bro. I feel disappointed in myself. How does my parents feel about me? How do I feel about myself? I don't feel proud. So I started joining everything. So the summer of 2019, I was about to be a senior, and so I was like, you know, fuck this shit. I started joining football again, right? I was every day during summer. You had to go summer conditioning to get into the team to try out, right? So every day I was going running, I was lifting weights, I was going to the gym, I was doing, watching film, I was going to all the practices and doing all the drills, all during summer. I said, fuck Fortnite, fuck doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing all of those stuff, and in the meantime, I was going my combat training. I was doing running and swimming on the side. And then I said, you know what? I need money. So I started working at this landscaping company. I was the youngest one there, 16 years old. So I was working over there. I was grinding. I was driving forklifts and golf carts and learning different skill sets. And I felt proud of myself because I was getting shit done. Right? And then after that, in August, right, I made the football team. I did everything. And in August, every day, Monday to Friday, I'll wake up at 5 in the morning, get to the bus stop at 6:30. School would start at 7:30. School would finish at 3:10 p.m. Right after school, I'd have practice, football practice from 3:30 to 6:30. Then after that, I'd come back home at 7 o'clock. I do my homework, eat some dinner, shower, do whatever tasks I needed to get done. I also was trying to start YouTube at that time too. So I was doing all of those stuff, going to church, whatever activities, hanging with the boys. And sometimes I would make like 30 minutes to play Fortnite with the boys because I was making content off of it. So it got to the point where I even remember too, I was being nostalgia too. My side task, right? After I came home from school, I was like, fuck, bro. After football and everything, I come home, I'm like, bro, I remember when 13 Reasons Why was popping. And in 2019, that's when season 3 came out. I remember every day after school in August, I'll come home and I'll try turn on the fucking Netflix, and I was trying to finish the show. But I was so busy and occupied, I didn't have time. I didn't want to stay up late to 12 in the morning because I had to get up at 5 a.m. every day. So I would go to bed at like 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'll try to fall asleep by 11 o'clock. So I had no time to watch this fucking TV show. So every day I tried to make it like a little game, you know. So fuck, I gotta do 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So it's pretty nostalgic, you know what I'm saying? And then weekends, Friday nights, I have football games. Saturdays, Sundays, I'll wake up early, start to work at my landscaping job, then go to football after, go to church. And I had no time for myself for like 5 to 6 months. That's how long the football season was, all right? So, anyways, that gets to pretty much what I did from the end of 2019. And pretty much what I learned was from football and training, I learned how to just fucking be resilient, right? With physical sports. And that's why I always preach about, you guys always got to do physical activity. You guys need certain activities in your life, especially when you're young. Physical activities, creative activities, mental activities, maybe like a musical activity, I don't know, something like that, right? Something, but physical activities are very important and essential because with a strong body, you have a strong mind and soul. All right, so when you're out here pushing your body, you're tired, you're getting fucking beat up, you're getting tackled, you're running an extra lap, you're like, I can't fucking do this. But your mental allows you to do it, right? Like David Goggins says, bro, your body can push you even more. You just gotta have the strong mentality, right? You cannot give up. So I remember I was fucking at football camp, bro, and every day we wake up at like 4 in the morning and we would have practice at like 5:30 in the morning. Fucking sun's not even up. We stay running, sprinting, we're doing bear crawls, we're doing all these kind of fucking full-on pads, tackling shit at 5 in the morning. We never eat breakfast or drink water. You know what I'm saying? Straight to the action. So the whole point I'm trying to make is physical activity is so important. It teaches you a lot of mental resilience. It builds your body. It builds your work ethic. It builds your discipline. Every day, I didn't want to go football. Fuck training. I hated fucking combat sports. I hated fucking swimming. I hated all that shit. I hated running. But you got to know the importance of it. You got to force yourself to do things that you don't want to do in life. And that's what I learned with all these activities that I was doing when I was 16 and 17. You have to force yourself to do things you don't want to do. That's how life is. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you got to push yourself and force yourself to do things you don't want to do. Even if it's the most basic shit. Wake up. Pray to God. Thank God for another day. Wake up. Drink some water. Eat your healthy food. You know what I'm saying? Go to practice. Go to school on time. You know, do your homework. Go to your job. Go to your second job. Go to the gym after. Spend time with your family. So let's go talk about my 9 to 5 job. So, you know, I was working landscaping for, you know, when I was 16, 17, all the way to from 2019 to 2021 pretty much. Till I was like, you know, 18, almost 19 years old. And pretty much what I learned from that job, especially at a young age, is, you know what I'm saying, of course, building up my physical resilience even more, building up my mental resilience even more. But also, it taught me a lot of responsibility. Because especially when you're 16 years old, right? All you know is you're working, you know, you're not even working. You're just going to school, you know, you're following a system, you know, you got a set schedule, you got this and that, and you don't got much big responsibilities, right? Compared to, you know, it's just people your age going to school. Like, what else is there to do, right? There's no big, massive responsibility and, you know, whatever for, I get homework and sports, but I'm talking about like by yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no teachers or any support. When I was working as landscaping job, right? I was working with fucking 40-year-old guys, 50-year-old guys, 60-year-old men. My boss was, you know, like an older woman. You know what I'm saying? And my whole position, when I was working on the weekends, right? I was the only worker. I wasn't working with anybody else. I wasn't working with, you know, the older men and whatever. They were working on the weekdays, and I was in school at that time. So I never got to really work with them a lot. Only during summers or whenever I was off from school, you know, I would come in. But on the weekends, I was by myself. At 16 years old, right, I used to work at this landscaping company, and pretty much I'll be working in this building, right? Not this building, but on this property. And there were like community halls and events and parties, and pretty much my job was on the weekends. I'd have to come in early in the morning before 6 a.m., open the front gate, open the side gate, right? There's multiple gates. I would open up the office, clock in at the office, go into the shed. We called it the compound, and pretty much that's where we get all our tools and equipment and blah 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 whatnot. And pretty much I open everything up, grab my golf cart, go around the property, clean everything, and there'll be people coming in to set up too, right? So I'd have to rush. I'd have to make sure that everything was good and situated, and sometimes there'll be problems. I remember when I was by myself, there was these two Russian homeless guys, and you know what I'm saying, I'm in Hawaii, so for some reason, right, people from different states, they fly people here to Hawaii, and they'll leave the homeless there. Don't ask me why. I guess it's sunnier. I guess, I don't know, they just say, fuck you guys, come to Hawaii. So the airport where I used to work was near the airport. So I guess these guys, they just want to walk all the way to my job was, and that was the closest place that they could sit down. So at 7 in the morning, had people coming in to set up for a party and event, and there's these two Russian guys with like fucking luggages and shit like that, and they had no like they had everything just stashed up by the building, by the entrance. I said, 16-year-old me, I was like, hey sir, you guys got, sir, you guys got to move your stuff because we got one party and blah blah blah. So I was trying to be nice and formal and also kind of trying to stand my ground. And these two Russian guys, I guess they couldn't speak English. They were trying to speak to me and they were speaking in a different language. I think it was Russian. They're like, la, 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 la. I was like, what the fuck, right? So I was trying to get these fuckers out, and at one point I was getting irritated. I was like, bro, get your shit and get out of here, please. You know what I'm saying? For I'm gonna, my boss was in there. I had no other backup. It was just me. So I said, bro, come on, let's not do this now, bro. I'm gonna have to call the police, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna have to whoop your guy's ass or something, you know what I'm saying? Or grab my girlfriend and fucking whack you guys. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? If they don't like listen to me. But I have to be professional. So at one point at that job, right, I had massive responsibilities. I had to make sure that everything was good. I had to make sure that there was no weird people around. I had to make sure that the parties was good. I had to make sure that everything was nice and clean. After I finished my job, I had to make sure that I plugged in the golf cart. I didn't want to leave the golf cart not charged, or sometimes people would leave the golf cart in overnight and it would overcharge, and that would kill the fucking battery or whatever, what I'm saying, overcharging it. And then sometimes I would think, like, oh shit, did I forget my tools outside? Did I lock it up? So at this job, right, at 16 years old, it taught me so much responsibility. All right, especially at a young age, and that was very nostalgic because it really built myself as a character, right? It gave me more confidence, it gave me more skills, it gave me more leadership qualities that you need when you go on in life. All right, and by the time, all right, another skill that I learned when I was reflecting about nostalgia is, ready, adaptability. So in 2020, what I'm saying, football ended. I was training on the side a little bit still, but what I'm saying, I wasn't like in like everyday training like how it was the past 2019, right? So in 2020, of course, you guys all know what happened, right? COVID hit, right? So I was 17. I just turned 17. COVID hit, and I was graduating class of 2020, right? So in March, I remember I was like, oh shit, what the fuck, right? Lockdown. School got canceled. Spring break was, all like 100% on. So anyways, I was like, oh shit, what the frick, right? I had to adapt. The reason I had to adapt was because why? If I wanted to go ahead and continue surviving and do shit that I need to do, I need to adapt to my circumstances, right? I had to work on my current situation. If there was COVID, right, school is not on, I had to do this, I had to do online school. So at one point, I was about to get laid off from my landscaping job, and I told my parents, I said, bruh, I need one job. I'm not gonna go, if school is canceled, if summer hits, I graduate and school is still whatever, I need something to do. I'm not going to college because that's a different story. I don't believe college is gonna get me my financial freedom, make me rich as a person, or make me rich financially. So I decided to go the untraditional route. That's a different story. So I said, I'm not going to college, I'm not doing online college, I'm not doing, I'm gonna finish up the school year strong online, but I need money. If I get laid off of my landscaping job, I need something else. So me and my boy, what I'm saying, we said, you know what, we go work at one job nearby. Let's go. Even if it was fast food. We were thinking about Jack in the Box. We were thinking about McDonald's. But we applied to Taco Bell. And we got hired in March of 2020. And this is right at the start of the pandemic. It was like literally right at the beginning. And I remember my boss called me. She's like, you know what? You're not going to be laid off. You're going to work. So I had 2 fucking jobs. So anyway, short story short, I graduated high school. And I was working 2 full-time jobs at age 17. Monday to Friday, I'll be working at Taco Bell, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, right? I was doing double shifts, and I was only getting paid $11 an hour. I'll tell you guys why later, but what I'm saying, right now, I just was grinding. I was hustling, building up my life skills, my experiences, my characteristics, stacking up my income, being occupied, being busy, being disciplined. On the weekends, I was working at my landscaping job, and I was working night times. And what I learned was, if I wanted to survive, I had to adapt. A lot of people, right, what they was doing during COVID, they just got unemployed, they was laid off, and what they were doing when they were fucking home, they weren't doing shit. They're playing video games, right? Like, bro, are you supposed to be productive, right? Fucking start a business, do YouTube, start an online business, do door dashing, do something, right? Do a side hustle, be productive, go to the gym. So I saw a lot of people, they weren't adapting to what was going on at the time, right? They were just like, oh fuck, I got laid off, oh fuck, I don't know what to do now, I'm staying home and blah blah blah, I'm not being productive, I'm not trying to be the best version of myself, and they're just staying home. So it got to the point where I had to adapt, and that's what Taco Bell taught me. And in 2020, anyways guys, I'm gonna make a part 2 to this video. I see you guys for another video, right? Yes, sir.